Hey guys, it's ANCAP24 coming back with another formation scheme at the Denver Broncos playbook. Today we're going to look at the pistol bunch tight end. And we're going to run this a little bit differently than you know it. A lot of people have had a lot of success with this formation, and I want to be on this segment of the videos, be a little bit more original, something a little bit more fun, give it a little bit different of a look to where you can go ahead and mix what you know with the pistol bunch with this to be able to have something that is unique and kind of throws your opponent off. So I'm going to run with two controllers today because it's going to be easier to kind of go through the possibilities of it. I'm just going to leave the player on the free safety so you know what I'm doing here. So pistol bunch tight end, the first play we're going to look at is the spot option, and we're going to go ahead and bear with me as I run with two controllers. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it on the strong safety so that way you know that I'm not controlling him, he's just on there. Okay, so if you look at this play, there's nothing unique about it at all. But the way I run this, I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of different things, a little bit more fun, and kind of get your opponent off balance and something that you can hit them when they don't realize it, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to put the X and the Y both on flats. Okay, so we got 3 flats on the bunch tight end on the left-hand side, okay? Now what I'm going to do as this thing to start off with is I'm going to take this X receiver, I'm going to go ahead and motion him right, and hike it right before he gets to the first letter of Douglas. And it's going to turn into a makeshift screen to left-hand side. Let me kind of show it to you here. It's going to go to the X receiver, hike it right now, and now you've got 2 guys up there, and you've got a kind of a quick screen type play. Something different, something you haven't seen in pistol before, especially the type of the shock to them is going to be kind of interesting because they're looking for the halfback counter, they're looking for the strong power. You hit them with that really quickly, you're going to have a nice play. Now there's another option, we can do this real quick and we can kind of throw this on here. We're going to put the X and the Y both on flat routes. Now we can also put the RB on a swing to left. And the reason why I do this and why I picked the spot option is because the quarterback goes ahead and does a shovel pass to that RB about 80 to 90% of the time if you time it right, which is going to make it a nice option to do like a glorified halfback toss. And you've got 3 lead blockers to the left when you do it this way. So we're going to do the same short motion. We're going to hike it, and you're going to wait, does the shovel pass, and now you've got 3 lead blockers to the left-hand side. So if you can see how that works, I'll run it one more time just to see it. RB on the thing. Okay, so there's the setup. You see it right there. You're going to go ahead and move them here. And you do the shovel pass, and now you've got your lead blockers. You're usually guaranteed at least 5 to 7 yards. If you can split your defenders like you did the first time, it's an easy 15 to 20 yard gain. Just something to get your opponent to kind of think of it a little bit different. Now, another play I like to do, and use the same short motion against really a third down and short situation where I really want a high percentage throw and ability to get the short yardage. I kind of do this. I take the B and put him on a streak, and I'm going to take the X and I'm going to put him in the same short motion, and he's going to do this stop route right there. What I like about it is there's a huge variable when that guy goes in motion. You don't know what type of route he's going to do. Is he going to do an under? Is he going to do a slant? Is he going to go back and do the flat like I've been doing? You don't know. So basically, if you put the B on the streak, that's going to go ahead and kick everybody out. You're going to do the same thing, and now one time a game, you throw that easy spot route, and you're going to get yourself 3 to 4 yards and use it as one of those third down conversions you desperately need, right? Now, what I also like to build off this is after we've done this whole screen to left, screen to left, screen to left, you're going to see that anybody who's using a free safety is going to try to jump this route. So I've had a lot of success when I know that it's the free safety. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here I'm going to put the Y on a flat to make it look like it's, you know, that same motion, and put the RB on the fake screen to the left. But I'm going to put the X on a streak, okay? Now, imagine if I am the free safety for a moment. I'm going to put him on a man coverage. I'm going to go put him on the running back. So it looks like, okay, I've been going ahead and I've been seeing this play, and now that I see the short motion, I'm going to jump that route. Even if you just jump it for half a second, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to beat you deep with this X receiver, okay? So I'm going to do the short motion. And then see how that works right there? Over the top and in. I'm going to show it to you on replay real quick because I did it with the other thing. I'm not controlling both guys, but look, the only thing they had to do, and I did the short motion, but I didn't do the short motion all the way. I'm doing it only about halfway, right behind your middle receiver, so he doesn't do that back motion. And look, that guy just took a half a step up, and I'm already throwing this ball. And I'm lulling them into, okay, I'm going to do something to the left, and then I'm going to beat them over the top to the middle, and it's kind of a pick your poison type of strike when you can, okay? Now, what I've seen when I've run this scheme is people are going to go to, go ahead and audible to a man coverage. Either audible to a man coverage or go to a man coverage, okay? So now you got your cover, two-man on here. We're going to go ahead and put the X again on the same, the RB on the same. Okay, so basically we've got the same thing. I want to take this Y receiver this time. I'm going to put him on a slant. So if it looks like cover two-man, that's going to be my back route. I don't want to throw this screen to the left because of the fact that man coverage will go ahead and cover this pretty well because they jumped the route. So you really want to run this against zone. So if I smell that it is a man coverage, I'm going to go ahead and do the same motion. Pretend like it's a screen, and now I'm throwing it right there. And a lot of times, if I can get around that defender, it turns into a really big play due to the fact that you're almost isolated a one-on-one type thing. So let's go ahead and show it to you again. X on there, Y on the thing. They're audibling to a man coverage. Put the RB on the slant so it looks like it's the same thing. Go ahead, do this play. You're going to fake it that way. And now you're holding it right there. And if you can get around that guy, like I said, you can have a really good ability to make it up the field. So that's just another variation of what I do off of it when I scheme. Now that we've established, okay, this guy's going to be trying to do the short motion, and it's either going to be to the left on the screen. We're going to have some other fun with it where we can go ahead and mix this in, which is really going to have some fun with messing with your opponent. Okay, so we're going to go with the halfback slip screen, and let's go ahead and just pick a normal type coverage that we can zone that we can work off of here. Okay, so now that we've done all the screens to the left, let's come back with a makeshift screen that's really going to have some fun with your opponent. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the B on a flat, and we're going to put the RB on the slot screen, so it looks like it's going to go to the left with the B and the RB. We're going to take the X receiver, and we're going to put him on a drag. Okay, we're going to do the same short motion that we were doing before, and we're going to try to hit the X receiver as he comes across. Now when he comes across, you want to throw it to kind of where you lead him back towards the line so that he has a better angle of getting around. I'm going to kind of show it to you here. So we're going to go ahead and do the same short motion. We're going to hike it. You're throwing it back, and then now he's got to go around those guys and be able to pick up those blockers for the shift. Now I didn't really have a home run thread on that play. I usually get a little bit better of routes that I do, but let's see if I can show it to you a little bit better. So basically we're going to do a fake screen that we've been doing that screen to the left the whole time. We're going to do it the same motion, hike it there, and now we're going back here. We're going to get behind these guys, and now you've got a one-on-one to the right-hand side. Get yourself about 20 yards. So now they have to worry about, is he doing that screen to the left, or is he doing the screen over the middle? Is he going to go over the top if I'm doing the the free safety? So I kind of look at it originally and say, is the guy user a free safety? If he is, I might take a chance over the top. If not, I'm going to do a screen left, screen right. Either or, you have some options that no one's expecting out of the pistol bunch tight end. Okay, so now that we've done this, now we can go ahead and do something different with the halfback screen. We can go ahead and put the Y on a flat. We can put the B on a flat. And the X on the flat. So basically do the same thing we're doing before, right? Everybody's going to the left. Oh, actually, let's do that again. Put the B, the Y, and the X, all the flats. And now we're going to go ahead and do the same motion, but this time instead of the drag motion, everything's looking left, we're going back to the right. I know it's a terrible throw. You're actually going to do the screen. So, you know, you have another option here. Do the same motion, And now you got everybody looking left, and now you can go ahead and go right. I'm obviously not throwing this very well, but let's show you how a screen should look. Right here. Damn, man. I'm having a horrible time showing the slip screen. You know why? Because I don't like doing the slip screen that way. I like doing it with a swing right. Okay? So basically, do the same thing you were doing before. Now all the attention's going that way. Now you're going this way. And I'm not showing why this play works very well. But you're just basically taking everybody's eyes and making sure that they are looking left while you want to go right. So these are all things to build off of. So now that after you've done this, the screens to the left, then you've done the screen drag to the right, then you do the halfback thing to the right. Now they're going to be very confused. Which way is he going? I thought Pistol Bunch tight end was going to be totally different, and now I've got some headaches of what I've got to cover or whatnot. So now we're going to go ahead and incorporate the fake screen with this. And let's go ahead and take a look at the fake screen. And we're going to go ahead and pick our normal coverage. Alright, so we've established the screens back and forth. Now we're going to take the fake screen and we're going to go ahead and put the X and put them on a flat. And we're going to go ahead and put the RB on that same swing to the left. So now we've got options. Do we want to go left with the screen to the RB, or do we want to come back to the B? Now basically on this thing, I'm going to go ahead and do the same motion. And now we've got to the RB, and you've got, you know, your quick 5 to 6 yards, easy money. If you can make, if you can set up your blocks better, you've got the ability to do, you know, have a better play. Because the way this play works is all three people go to the left the same way. Now we can come back, do the same short motion, and now we're throwing it right there to the B really quickly when they try to jump the screen. So you've got that back and forth pendulum that you're trying to accomplish, and they don't know which player they want to user, right? If the safest person to user is probably the free safety, because we haven't shown a threat, you know, in the beginning of the game. And when we get that threat to the free safety, that's when we want to burn them deep with doing the same motion but taking the X receiver on the streak and making that guy go ahead and hesitate for 1 second and beating him deep. Now, we've also got a different wrinkle to this. Once you go to the left a bunch and you got this, everybody looking to the left, we're going to use this delay route with the A receiver. It's an often route that nobody really pays attention to because it's so insignificant, but on a zone play, it's actually pretty effective to be able to just throw it in there to give them another option to worry about. So we're going to do the same thing we were doing before. Do the short motion, let it look like it's going to be a screen that way, and now we're throwing it to that guy on a short little throw, and you're going to get yourself 7 to 8 yards if he gets any type of momentum. So after everybody's been looking left, you go ahead and throw it to that guy on the right. You're obviously going to get a little bit more of the guy really not knowing who to cover. Okay, so now the next play we're going to look at is the cross drag. Now the cross drag play is a nice play that I don't think it's utilized as much in this formation, but I'm going to go ahead and pick this play with the second controller. I like it the way it works here. So on the cross drag play, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Y on flat, put the X on flat, and put the running back on that same swing. Okay, so it's that same look that we were looking before. And you can see how there's a mesh in the middle with the B and the A, and you've got the same screen to the B receiver on the left-hand side if we want to hit that guy for the short yardage. Now we're going to do the same motion with the X, but this time we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw it to the A receiver. So we're going to go ahead and do this, make everything go left. Now you go in here and you've got lead blocks. So if you've got a really nice tight end, it's almost like a screen left drag by the tight end. So let me show that to you again here. So this is the way it looks originally. We're going to make it to where the X and the Y go on flats, the RB this way. We're going to take the same guy, move him this way, and he's going all left. And now we're going here, Now we're going to try to set up our blocks for a tight end to go down the field. So you took a, a drag route to your tight end and ended up going 40 yards because we were able to set the blocks up correctly, right? So that's the first setup. Now the second setup we can do is basically get it to the running back. Same setup, A, Y, and we're going to move this guy over and go ahead and do this. I didn't put the guy. I'm just going to throw that ball away. I didn't put the running back. Look at this guy go. I didn't put the running back on a swing left. Let me go ahead and show it to you again. Alright, so I'm going to put the X and the Y on the two flats, put the RB on the swing left, put this like this, and this time we're going to go ahead and actually throw it to the B, and you're going to use that tight end as an extra blocker. I kind of threw that a little bit too quickly. I didn't let the tight end get in motion. Let's try to show it a little bit better of how I intended on doing it. Okay, there it is. Move this guy. Move it. Now we throw into this guy. Now if you can get that tight end in motion, if not, you're still going to get your glorified halfback toss with your lead blockers, but the ideal situation is being able to get that A as an extra blocker. And let's see if I can try to get some better timing on this for you. He's going all left, doing this, and now that's what I'm looking for right there. Oh, I did until I misread my block. But that's how you can have a better screen to the left with that swing guy, okay? Now, what we can also do is, now that we've got those all kind of looking at that we're going to the tight end and we're going to that running back on that play, we can go ahead and put the Y on a streak. We can put the RB on a swing left, and we can put the X on a fade, okay? So basically this is your setup. And we're going to do the same short motion, but we're going to be able to fit this ball into the X because he's going to do a delayed fade. The delayed fade is basically something where he goes behind the guys, takes that extra step, and he's going to have a hole to throw it to. So let me go ahead and show it to you here. Do the same thing what we're doing here. Hike it. He's going to do that little delay. Oh, that guy just came around screaming. Jeremy Mincy. Let's try that again. Y streak, X fade. RB on the swing to the left, and going to do that same motion here. He's going to do this, and he's going to have that one spot right there. Hopefully he holds on to the ball. But you can see, let me show it to you better. Alright, so that's there. You got the mesh in the middle. He's going to move it down here, and then right there, okay? It's going to work because what you're doing is you're basically running off everybody with this one streak route, right? He's going to move up. He's going to drive everybody back. With the delayed route and the mesh, you're going to keep the mesh, you're going to keep the linebackers there. This guy's just going to sneak in between both spots. And if you look at it here, your throw is right there. And I kind of lead them backwards, so you'll be able to get in that little slot. So just another variation wrinkle that you can run off of that cross drag. Now, what I like to do is in the next play is show you the flood play. And let's go ahead and show it to you here. Flood. Let's get the formation here. Now, the reason why I go against cover 3, this is a you know, they can call all different types of coverages, but on a cover 3 or cover 4, which is probably the most common, you're going to get these screens all day on, okay, because it's a back coverage, even though those guys are going that way. A cover 2, you kind of want to stay away from, but you can read cover 2 a lot better than you can read cover 3 and cover 4 because of the depth of the opponents. Those guys are going to be at about 5 to 7 yards depth, 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, 7 yards if your receiver's off the line, and you can see it, and they're usually the right cornerback and the left cornerback are at the same depth when you see cover 2. So that's why running against cover 3, cover 4, because you're going to get the same results out of it with these plays that I've been showing you. Now on the flood play, we're going to take the RB, we're going to swing left of them, we're going to take the Y and put them on a drag, and we're going to put the X on a flat. Okay, so this is the setup. Okay, now we can easily go to the swing screen to the left hand side when we do the motion. What I want to do is I want to do that A receiver that's kind of a forgotten guy, and you know, you see this a lot to that A receiver when he does his break to the right, people throw that ball. I still want to utilize that route, but when I see this, everybody's going to look left, and now we're going to be able to hit it to the right side. So we're going to do the same short motion, and you're going to throw it right there. Okay? So that's a route that everybody looks for in the pistol tight end bunch because a lot of people run it. But the fact that you can go ahead and keep your eyes off of that guy is going to be kind of huge for you because of the fact that everybody's looking left. Is your first thought is the guy doing the screen? You know, is he doing the screen? If he's not, okay, I'm looking left, now you're just sneaking the ball in there. If you can get that ball in a couple times, now you're really trying to, you know, because it's a quick pass. They can't blitz you on this. They blitz you, you're going basically going to go right into any type of blitz they have because it's a quick play. You know, if I go ahead and run it this way, I could definitely still run this screen, and you've got, you know, your blockers here. So you have that ability to really just mess with them. Now, here's the bonuses, guys. This is a great running formation, right? So I don't want to take that away from you. I want to make sure that you see that this same motion can be utilized against run plays to keep them off balance. Now, if you notice that, let's go with the strong power first, okay? You notice that basically the strong power is going to that side. I'm going to do the short motion. Now what the short motion is going to do is after you burn them a couple times on the screens to the left, they're going to look left first, and you're going to be able to get your players leaning left when you really want to go to the right with the strong power. It's going to be even that more effective. Just think about a user, if you're that person, you're going to have to kind of sell out a little bit to the left to get to these plays. So that way you go back to the right with the strong power. So I'm going to do this, hike it there, and now I'm going to with the strong power to the right hand side. I didn't really make a great read here, I was just kind of showing you on it, but basically you can see what I'm talking about, where you can kind of sneak these plays in, and now you're going ahead, and if they have any type of commitment to the left, you're going to have that much better play. Now let's see how it works against the halfback counter. With the halfback counter, it's not going to affect the way the ball gets run, because you're putting that guy basically in the same position he would have been in. Right, so he goes this here, now you're doing the halfback counter, you cut it inside, and hopefully I can make a better in to outside move on that, but you can see here that with this here, you're not basically getting any different blocking assignments from anybody. I've looked it over in replays a bunch of times, and that guy goes to the same person, and having a tough time making the home run one here. I'm still getting 8 to 10 yards, and that's not a problem, but I want to show you, you know, a better effective run here. And I'm kind of getting tied up. But let's at least look at that one motion to show you what he's doing. He is moving, okay, right here. Now his first reaction is to cover the same guy he was before. 84 is doing the kick out block, Roddy White. Harry Douglas is going to that same guy. Now Julio Jones is going to the same guy he was, but at a better angle, in my opinion. Before he would have been straight on. Now he's going from the right, and he's taking an angle to where he's driving him outside instead of straight up, if that makes any sense. So see how that is? And it basically, in my opinion, you have a better option of reading if you want to cut it back inside or outside, depending on it, okay? So let's go ahead and show it to you without him motioning, and you'll see what I mean by that. See, he goes to that same guy. See what I'm saying? So it makes no difference on the counter. I was kind of looking at the play, I wasn't running it, and we'll just show it to you right here now. And you know, read your blocks or whatever, but it's not going to change the way the halfback counter works as far as effectiveness goes by doing the short motion. You know, basically, you have that ability to do the same type runs that you would normally do with it. So that's really the nice way about it. Now, the only other play that, you know, can the PA fork work? Let's go ahead and take a look at the PA fork. Let's go ahead here. And the PA fork I haven't shown you yet. This is a very popular play with it. If I do the short motion, what I would do is I put the X on a short motion to the left and do the same thing. The wide receiver will be open, and it's going to be kind of a afterthought. After you do all this crap motion, and I don't say it's crap motion, but all this motion that gets them going ahead and thinking left, or all the things that they're having to think about, you can now it doesn't look like PA fork, if that makes any sense, because the fact that your eyes are on what is that X receiver going to do, not on what the Y receiver is going to do. The way you read pistol tight end bunch normally is you read the Y receiver. If the Y receiver does a certain route, you know what the play is on, and he's the most dangerous receiver in this formation. But if I get them start looking on the X receiver, and thinking, hey, it's going to be screen left, I can sneak this Y receiver in on the pistol bunch and really get them. So we're going to do the same short motion. Now you're looking at the X receiver, and now you're throwing it right there to the Y receiver, due to the fact that they're selling out. And if they're using the free safety, I love it, because you can be able to manipulate and try to get them deep on that. If they're using a linebacker, their first steps are going left. Trust me. Whenever I run this against anybody, their first steps are going to be, what can I do to the left-hand side? Now, you can do the same thing with the screen here. You don't need the play action to make it work. So if you do it like this, they're going to think that it's there. Now you're coming back right there with that middle route. Okay? It's just another thing that they're going to have to worry about, because you can run all these things off of different variations, and say they stay at home with it, you can do the swing to the left, you can put them back here, and now you've got that one-on-one, and you can kind of just really just have some fun with really giving a whole different wrinkle. And mix this in with your normal. You don't have to run this every single time you do it, but if you run this a couple different times throughout the game, it just makes them think, where am I covering? So this is the one part of the pistol bunch tight end for my series on the Denver Broncos playbook for this formation. I do appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully that gives you a little bit more fun wrinkle, different wrinkle to go ahead and show something different out of it. So appreciate it, guys. Thank you.